Welcome back, trackside. Once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the Swift MotorSports Performance Truck Series fires things off. Once again, we're going to hit the high concrete banks here at Dover International Speedway. How you doing? How you feeling? Out there in TV land, race fans, glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave of the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. Speaking of trackside, the Performance Motorsports Pole Award session underway, qualifying ongoing here tonight from Dover. Nick Hunt sitting top of the speed charts. Quick time for the 00, the 22.78. We're going to get to that in just a handful of moments. 98 degree track temperature here tonight, so the concrete a little bit warm. We're going to see if these truck drivers can keep the rear of the trucks underneath them throughout the long green flag runs. We should expect to see long green flag runs, a little bit of a light field here tonight, but as we were alluding to, that quick time, top of the speed charts, 22.78. We apologize, 22.77 for Nick Hunt, front of the field, top of the speed charts. With it doesn't appear that anybody's going to be able to go up and dethrone Nick Hunt, so he will be our sixth different pole sitter of the season. And right at the end, with just about 60 seconds remaining, Bailey Dutton gonna go top of the speed charts, 22.72. Justin Gann gonna take over second now. Can Dutton be our first driver to pick up his second pole award of the season? Just a handful of seconds remain on the stopwatch, but for all intents and purposes, looks like only the 21 of Todd Cray out on the track, only driver remaining that has that opportunity to dethrone Dutton from the top of the scoring pylon. And with Cray coming out of 4, he's going to cross the line. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to get the job done. So Cray not able to get the job done. Bailey Dutton will bring us to the green flag here tonight in the Quick Crete 200, live from Dover International Speedway. We're going to step away for just a brief commercial break, get things set up and ready to go for your starting lineup and national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave
we bring you back live trackside as drivers head down the backstretch, getting ready for tonight's Quikrete 200 right here from Dover International Speedway. Let's jump a little closer to the track. And what do you say? We run down tonight's starting lineup moments ago, snatching the pole position. Was Bailey Dutton, Justin Gans is outside. That's the look of the field here tonight. Short field into the restart zone for the first time. And we're going to fire things off quickly here tonight under green flag conditions for the first time here tonight from Dover. Quickly underway into the top of the scoring charts. New race leader at the front of the field, Justin Gann, will take the top spot. Pulsar Dutton going to fall back to second. Jerry Cochran to third, picking up one position as Nick Hunt falls back to fourth. McGregor still in fifth. Haynes Rominger going at it. Let's take a look at this battle. Back for the 6th and 7th position off of turn 4. Lap number 3 goes on the board. The Coors Light Chevy making some moves. Let's go back. Let's check out this number 2 machine of Al Likens. Likens, one of our previous race winners, trying to work his way to the front of the field, sitting in the 10th position for the moment, looking to the high side, trying to get around that 56 of John Wimbish. Not going to pull off that pass just yet. Wimbish going to pack it back down on the bottom through 1 and 2. Meanwhile, at the front, Justin Gann continues to lead a single foul train of trucks back through 3 and 4 across the stripe. Will drive. The timing scoring over there to the left-hand side of the screen lets you find and follow along with your favorite driver of the field here tonight. Cousin Jess out there in the chat. Good to see you out here once again. Todd, he's a little behind the 8 ball. You can see him out there on the track right now. He's got a little bit of ground to make up in that 21 machine, sitting in the 21st position at the moment. As this little scrum begins to dissipate, Likens all over the rear deck lid of Wimbish, looking for the pass, not able to get there just yet. We'll take a look off the front end of Wimbish here, trying to chase down your top 7. Meanwhile, hounding him from behind. Just a look over that rear deck lid at that Coors Light Chevy Silverado of Al Likens, fired up, ready to get to the front. And while we're here on this battle, do want to take a moment to give John all the credit where credit is due. Missing some sponsors on that truck this week, and it's quite a bit of a shame after going to victory lane last week at Daytona to come to Dover looking for sponsorship on the hood of the truck. Can't imagine that to be a huge problem, but I think he's going to get there by the end of it, you know? Yeah, we've got that number 2 on screen. We'll see if that Coors Light machine can work his way up through the field. But meanwhile, let's head back up here. Let's head back inside of that top 7. Nose to tail, single file, back down into turns number 3. Double O Nick Hunt had an amazing qualifying effort. Almost walked away when that pole position started in the third spot. Second car inside lane fell back 1 spot on the start of tonight's race, and getting on top of McGregor right behind. And McGregor, let's make no bones about it, Tom McGregor, one of those sneaky drivers that you're going to have to watch out for as this season unfolds, just past the halfway point. When we started tonight's race, in the regular season, only 10 weeks for these drivers to separate themselves from their fellow drivers and give themselves an opportunity to fight for the Season 6 crown. race wins do not mean you're in. It doesn't give you the outright opportunity. So from here on out, over the course of the next handful of weeks, drivers going to have to get all they can. As far as the points are concerned, 1, 2, 3 on the track, slowly starting to separate themselves from the second pack of 4. You can see Wimbish and Lycan starting to slowly close in as well. And what a second half of the season this is going to be, right? We're here tonight. Very tough little track, the Concrete Monster Mile, Dover International Speedway. We're going to next see these truck drivers on track at Darlington Raceway, followed up by the road course. Watkins Glen going to come at you. Then off to New Hampshire. It is an absolute gauntlet heading to the championship rounds. So we'll see which one of these drivers can navigate their way through the second half of the season, maybe put themselves in a better position to try to fight for that championship. Oh, we see drivers like Bailey Dutton sitting in second. Had the pole position here tonight. First driver to pick up his second pole award of the season. Dutton already with 2 race wins in his back pocket. Will he look at separating himself from his competition in that winner's cup, almost ensuring a chance to fight after the championship? We're going to bring you some of the overall point standings coming into tonight's race a little bit later on throughout tonight's broadcast. Lap number 16 behind us as 17 goes on the board. Jerry Cochran III and that Grayson Jade Photography 72 starting to have a little bit of struggles keeping pace. Falling back just a little bit, another 10 car wins back to get to Nick Hunt, who fought hard but has lost the position, giving up the spot to that 71 Caterpillar Silverado of McGregor. Has Haynes and Rominger in tow. The Chevy Accessories .com. Number 9 of Mike Rominger. He's been one of those fast drivers this season as well. A little bit of a sleepy driver. Not really too much on the radar, but is sitting inside of the top 10 for your overall point standing. So we'll see how he goes throughout the course of the rest of tonight's race. Going to jump around a little bit once again here. Again, starting to step away. McGregor and Hunt going at it. There's the 17 of Tommy Haynes, the only Toyota outside of your top 5 right now. You're being led by a fellow of Toyota trucks. Tundra's looking strong at the front. Will the Crown Royal 17 be able to make his way onto the podium scene? We'll find out in the course of about another 180 laps here in the Quick Crete 200. You know, I always want to say Quick Trip just because those are some absolutely amazing convenience stores. If you don't know about QT, I don't know that we can have too many discussions, too many talks about things. I mean, QT is the thing. Again, drivers still chasing after the front of this field. Started pole position, fell back to second as Dutton, but they have lost Jerry Cochran to third. Cochran slowly but surely falling back. Nick Hunt now going to fire back around that inside lane, take the 4th position back as the 71 struggles. Down to the inside goes Haynes. Haynes looking for position, not able to pack to the inside just yet. Not going to be able to take a victory shot there. 17 of Haynes is going to have to reload his Tundra as they work their way off of turn 2, back down the backstretch once again. Lap 23 on the board, 24 as we cross the line, this time by. So we were asked to keep an eye on him. Let's take a look at him. Right here, running in the 10th position, has Jerry Cochran Jr. behind him in the 82 machine, but the Coors Light Silverado has fell off pace just a little bit here. We're going to take a look at the time meet scoring charts this next time by. I did that too, eat up the tires. Making some early moves here tonight to get to that 10th position. The last time by, race leader Justin Gann with a 24:12, Likens with a 24:58. So just about a half a second on the stopwatch. This two of Likens, he's going to have to find some speed somewhere. Right, looking to the inside. Yet another Coors Light paint scheme here tonight. Gonna grab the position had a turn 4, set sail down into 1. And places crosshairs on the rear deck lid of Tommy Haynes, the 17. Clown Royal Machine now into 6. Tom McGregor rounds out your top 5. And again, those gaps at the front of the field starting to slowly develop. And there you can see Jerry Cochran III losing ground now. Just about a second and a half back from race leader Justin Gann as we cross the line. Lap number 28 going to quickly go on the board. And we're looking at pit stops. We don't want to get too much into the strategy just yet. It's a little bit too early for that still. But we're looking at drivers being able to make it 45 plus laps on a tank of fuel. We'll see how far these guys at the front can stretch it while we go back to the back here once again for the battles. It's where the action is at. Down to the inside goes Haynes, McGregor holding tight on the top. While these two drivers tango side by side, it's brought a trio of trucks into the mix. Todd Craig picking up the position on Mike Rominger. There's John Wimbish waiting in the wings. And this is what you call a little bit of a moving roadblock, right? There's nowhere really that Craig, Rominger, or Wimbish can really go. You gotta let the fight settle itself out, hoping a door opens up. Craig gonna kick the door in. Turn 3, he's going to grab that spot away. The Caterpillar 71 heading to the back. McGregor going to lose 2 positions in the last 3 laps. A handful of spots gone. As he falls back now to the 7th position. 17 of Haynes into 5th. Nick Hunt going to drop to that 4th position while Jerry Cochran III sits in 3rd. Bailey Dutton and Justin Gann finish out the front of the field. Keeping our eye on all of the action out there on the track here tonight. Closest battle on track right here between that 71 of McGregor and the 9 of Mike Rominger. Going at it 7th and 8th on the racetrack. And Wimbish is he's just been stagnant here tonight, right? Last week's race winner at Daytona International Super Speedway just having a little bit of trouble here tonight with the pace. Just didn't really fire off well on the initial start of tonight's race and just kind of has been, I don't want to say subpar. I don't necessarily want to say lackluster. He's just kind of been stagnant, stuck right around that 9th position, just unable to really make any moves forward. But more importantly, he's not dropped the spot either, so that's going to be the important thing here for that 56 of John Wimbish. Al Likens in the Coors Light number 2. He's still in front of the 82, but still losing a little bit of ground here. 10 seconds back from your race leader Justin Gann. Now to the inside moves Rominger. Looking for the position. Will Wimbish head to the bottom in 1? Rominger had a look, went to the inside, tried to take the spot away. We're going to jump on board now. Loose racing action back into 3 and 4 on board with the number 9 ChevyAccessories.com. The Silverado of Mike Roman going to pull off the pass without much of a fight there. 71 of McGregor going to fade behind them as we work our way off of 1 and 2 back down the back stretch. Position made, position had. Womniger going to put himself into that 7th position. A good solid night so far here tonight. Good way to roll off of the starting grid. Early lead change here tonight. Saw your pole sitter Bailey Dutton drop from the top spot back into second. Justin Gann has led every single lap here tonight in the Quick Creek 200 for the Performance Motorsports Truck Series. And just again, another one of the drivers that hasn't been able to get to victory lane. Justin Gann, surprising, right? 5 races into the season, and Gann yet to get to victory lane. He's been all over the podium, but just unable to seal the deal and bring that checkered flag home. We'll see if he can't continue this pace with over 150 laps remaining. But it looks like Gary May. First pit stop of the night for Gary May. He's going to fall multiple laps down here, 2 laps down, as drivers eyeball pit road. Staying right here with the battle for the moment. Wimbish and McGregor still going at it for position. The rest of the field slowly starting to separate themselves as Justin Gann, race leader to pit road. Bailey Dutton goes back to the point. So green flag pit stops underway. We called it at about lap 45. Drivers to pit road. Lap 37, 41. So green flag pit stops are underway. A little bit of contact with that outside wall for that Grayson Jade Photography 72. As Dutton and Cochran both pull onto the apron. That's going to allow Nick Hunt to go to the point. New race leader once again here tonight in the Quick Creek 200, brought to you by the Performance Motorsports Truck Series. Nick Hunt going to claim the top spot behind the wheel of that John Deere double low. Has himself about a 10-15 truck advantage over Tommy Haynes, who now sits in second. Todd Cray will move to third. Hunt, Haynes, and Cray all to pit road. Mike Rominger joins them. McGregor on the apron as well. And it looks like all the trucks heading to pit road. There it is. Lee Campbell will be your final driver to hit pit road. So let's take a look here. Let's go back up here. Let's find this 15 of Gary May. He was the first driver to pit road. First driver back up to speed. We'll see where he rejoins this field. Listed now back on the lead lap. He's still got quite a ways to go to start leapfrogging some of these other drivers in the field. Jerry Cochran the third, a great pit stop, sitting in second for the moment. Tommy Haynes now into third. Mike Rominger moves into fourth. Todd Cray eyeballing a top 5. A lot going on early here tonight from Dover International Speedway. Miles the Monster unable to chomp any of these drivers just yet. Clean and clear on the pit road. No penalties here tonight so far. Double O of Nick Hunt will move off of pit road after fixing a little bit of damage, as we've got drivers with trouble. Justin Gann out Likens. We're going to retract our state. The drivers hit with pit road penalties, and it is going to cost them dearly. Justin Gann was out front showing the way, had this field in hand prior to our first round of green flag pit stops. Now finds himself stuck 2 laps down, but a long way to go here tonight still remains in the quick Creep 200. We'll see if Gann or Likens can move their way back into some sort of a potential for a good points day. Quickest lap of the race, fast time here, going to be ran last time around by Al Likens in that Coors Light number 2. So trying to find some silver lining somewhere along the way. Likens still has a long way to go. Let's go back to the battle for the race lead. First and second on the track. 26 going to take the high side. Jerry Cochran the third, looking for the race lead for the first time across the line. Will grab that lap lead, so he will become our 4th different race leader of the night. 6 lead changes so far as Jerry Cochran rockets along and takes the top spot, and it doesn't look like Bailey doesn't put up much of a fight at all. Might be looking at a little bit of pure gamesmanship here, as Dutton quickly fell off pace, and it doesn't look like there's too many mechanical problems here. Meanwhile, Nick Hunt, he's going to be fighting hard to try to keep himself just one lap down. It's going to be a short-lived battle as the 72 going to cross the line back to the inside. From leading the race moments ago now to being listed 2 laps down, Nick Hunt will join Al Likens and Justin Gann as the only 3 drivers off of the lead lap here tonight. That's going to leave us with just 10 truck drivers remaining. On this lead lap there, you can see the 72 fighting hard to put Campbell a lap down. Campbell gonna fall victim to your race leader, but fortunate for Campbell, right? Big moment here for Campbell. He's the only driver 1 lap down. Very important. If we get a caution right now, he doesn't have to worry about Nick Hunt, Likens, or Gann. He's only got to worry about the drivers off in front. How quickly will your race leader reel in that 5 of Gary May or that 56 of John Wimbish? It's going to be rather quickly. The more that Wimbish and Jerry Cochran Jr. go at it with each other. So we'll see if these drivers can somehow move away from your race leader, and it looks like we're still got some amazing paint schemes to get to you here tonight. We're going to try to bring those to you as we can. Looking through timing and scoring, tell you what, let's go to the battle right here. 3 truck battle now. Mike Rumminger, Jerry Cochran Jr. Ooh, 3 wide at Bristol. 3 wide out of turn number 2. Who would have thought you would have ever seen that at Bristol, at Dover International Speedway? 3 wide. Ridiculous. We're going to have another 3-car battle on our hands here. Haynes, McGregor, Jerry Cochran Jr., Mike Rumminger just off in the mix, so we're going to have 4 drivers battling for positions here. A little over a quarter of the way through tonight's race, so pounding these laps out, cracking the concrete here tonight. The Quick Creek 200 from Dover International Speedway. These Performance Motorsports Truck Series drivers in partnership with Butt Kicker and Swift, putting on one amazing show once again. Each and every Monday night, you can find them right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, on the world's #1 racing simulator, iRacing.com. They've got your fix for e-speed, and some of the top talent can be found right here in the Performance Motorsports Truck Series, as well as that Ayers iRacing Paints Xfinity Series. We're going to see them in action tomorrow night from Darlington Raceway, or I apologize, I apologize. Looking a little ahead of ourselves. Michigan is where we're heading tomorrow night for that Xfinity Series. Well, a handful of these drivers are going to have to switch off the truck mentality and flip back on that Xfinity machine. They're going to try to be as fast as Xfinity 5G tomorrow night. But who's going to be the hardcore trucker in the field here tonight? Jerry Cochran III stepping up, out, and away he gone at the moment. Check it out. He's going to cross back underneath the tunnel and into turn number 3 has Todd Curry waiting in the wings behind him. Curry with a big move. Great jump through this field after their round of green flag pit stops. Gonna leapfrog his way all the way into a podium position. And let's not forget about the battles, guys. We want to talk about the guys up front, but we've got to remember there's battles out there being had. It's not always, oh my goodness. It's not always about being at the front. It's about putting on the action that these fans in the stands have come to see, that all of TV Land has tuned in to see right here from Dover International Speedway. These guys continuing this long green flag stretch to open things up here tonight. So as we continue the long run, we're going to step back for a second and turn it up. Race leader Jerry Cochran III has stepped out and has stepped away, is now eyeballing, putting drivers inside of your top 5 off of the lead lap. You can see right there that Crown Royal number 17 Toyota Tundra piloted by Tommy Haynes. Gonna drop some track position, drop a lap to your race leader McGregor to the top side. Now the battle for the lucky dog ensues here. The reciprocated numbers between those two trucks. The 17 and the 71, they're now going to fight for that lucky dog position as we approach lap number 70 here tonight in the Quick Creek 200, brought to you by Performance Motorsports. What a run here. After the round of green flag pit stops. What a run, what a ride. Jerry Cochran III sat in third position for the majority of the opening of tonight's race. Had a flawless pit road entry. The pit crew was nice and tight. Got him all 4 tires and fuel back underway quickly, and Jerry Cochran III gonna jump on the problems that have hit Justin Gann here tonight, as well as Nick Hunt. Both of those drivers We're inside of the top 5. Prior to your pit stops, and now both deep in the field, deep in the running order, and they're gonna need some help. This thing has got a green flag look to it here tonight from the concrete jungle. Well, that is Dover International Speedway. Miles the Monster, drooling, waiting for one of these drivers to make a mistake. For one of these drivers to have problems, as he likes to chew up race cars. We'll see if these drivers can keep it clean so far here tonight. All 13 trucks still on the racetrack, but only 4 remain on the lead lap. My goodness. And what do we do here? Are there team orders? Are there family orders yet to be handed out? You can see as we join the man sitting in that 4th position right there behind the wheel of that Hot Chili's Wicked Racing number 82 machine, Jerry Cochran Jr. sitting in the 4th position, the last driver on the lead lap at the moment. Race leader right behind him, closing in, looks to be right at about a second and a half, 2 seconds back. But with the green flag pit stops waiting in the wings here, looks like we're going to have our second round of green flag pit stops. I would expect, and there it is, handful of drivers to pit road already. Gary May, Justin Gann going to pull to pit lane. Gonna try to clean things up this time around. Gann gonna hit pit road early. Look for a little bit of an undercut to try to help out his chances here tonight, but it's gonna be a long shot for Gann to get back to the front of this field. Still a very long way to go. We still have over half of tonight's race laid out before us. But man, Gann's gonna look to be about, I would say when it's all said and done, he's gonna look about 3 laps down until your race leaders begin to make their green flag pit stops. Bailey Dutton going to be the first to do so inside of your top 3. Dutton going to pull the 26 to pit road this last time by. A little bit of a battle. Let's go back here. Battle on track. Battle for positions on the raceway. Let's check out Haynes and McGregor still going at it. They got the 14 of Lee Campbell right behind him still. Campbell looking for some track position as well. All of these drivers listed 1 lap down, but yet to make a green flag pit stop. Or second green flag pit stop, I should say. Everybody's had to pit for fuel and tires already here tonight. Handful of drivers all ready to pit road for the second time. Todd Crane going to give him up that second position. The 21 will hit.
These are scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And as promised, backtrack side here after the green flag pit stops have concluded. Everybody got to head down pit road. We're keeping an eye on that 72 Grayson Jade photography machine piloted by Jerry Cochran III. Out front once again, he will reclaim the top spot. Tom McGregor going to move his way back into second, but Bailey Dutton back into third. So 2 rounds of green flag pit stops already behind us. Before the halfway point, we are just about 10 laps away from that halfway point. So we're going to kick it to you a little bit early here tonight. What do you say we run down your mid-race report, your driver highlights and spotlights here? And oh, we got a new race leader easily to the point. Todd Craig going to take the top spot away. And that pass looked a little bit too easy. Just up and out of the way. Move Jerry Cochran to third. Interesting to see him let Craig go by. And could we see strategy coming into play once again? We've seen Bailey Dutton kind of fall off pace. Right, he handed over the race lead to that 72 without very much of a fight. Could we be seeing the same thing out of the 72 now? Maybe realizing the fuel strategy wasn't quite adding up. We know the man on screen, he's never scared to push it in, even if it means putting an extra pit stop in there. Todd Cray has always been one of those drivers that will go get it. He's going to go after it. He's going to try to build this distance, this gap, as big as he can, and let the chips fall where they may. Todd Cray out front, showing the way over a third-second advantage. We've got just 3 drivers remaining on the lead lap here tonight in the Quick Creed 213 drivers started the race here tonight. We have still got all 13 on track. Only your top 3, only your podium drivers remain on the lead lap. Todd Cray well out in front. Let's go back to a battle for position. We got ourselves quite a bit of a kerfuffle going on here in the back. And I say here in the back, but it's a battle 5th, 6th, 7th on the raceway. Haynes, Campbell, Rominger, Cochran, all going at it. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, battling for positions, and as they do so, stepping away just a little bit on Jerry Cochran Jr. The 82 gonna falter and fall back into that 7th position. Gary May just off in the distance. Liking what he sees in front of him, right? Those battles means he's going to be able to close in a little bit quicker. We'll see if any of these drivers are able to close in on the distance being put on them. The front of this field, still battling for spots on the racetrack. The 9 of Mike Rominger now going to look to the inside of the Goodyear 14, piloted by Lee Campbell. That's going to be a short-lived battle. Preferred position, bottom of the racetrack, and Rominger will take the spot away. The double O of Nick Hunt going to move to the top side of the racetrack. And just a rough night here for that John Deere team. Right, had the provisional pole for quite some time in qualifying. Coming into tonight's race was right around, literally right around the corner, about 45 more seconds off of the stopwatch. And this double O driver would have brought us to the green flag. Unfortunate circumstances on the first round of green flag pit stops, getting popped by the pit road police, and that has put Nick Hunt at a disadvantage ever since. He has been fighting, scratching, clawing to try to get himself back just one lap down. You're going to see him move to the inside now, take a position away from Justin Gann. That is going to be 11th and 12th on the racetrack. But both of these drivers still stuck 2 laps down, and that's a big deal. We've got, what's it going to be, about 5-6 drivers with 1 lap down. So should we see that caution flag fly, it's not really going to benefit Al Likens or Nick Hunt or Justin Gann, let alone Todd McGregor being listed and shown 3 laps down. McGregor, our latest driver, popped by the pit road police on lap number 88. McGregor going to lose quite a bit of track time. And with this race already halfway behind us, he has got himself a Mount Everest to climb. Let's move back to one of the only battles on the racetrack right here. Let's check in on Mike Rominger as he tries to step away from Lee Campbell, tries to run down Tommy Haynes, who's just out front. You can see Bailey Dutton right here as well. It's got to be a little discerning, right? Disheartening. Behind the wheel of this number 9 machine. Do we got an onboard, guys? Can we jump on board with them? Well, I mean, you're the guys with the cameras. Yeah, okay. All right, there you go. There's your Chevy onboard camera here tonight with Mike Rominger sitting in that 5th position, trying to work his way around Bailey Dutton, who is on the lead lap, sitting in 3rd. Rominger's going to take the spot away. He's got to get up here and make a handful of passes. You can see it right there just off in front. That is not a battle for position. That is going to be Jerry Cochran the 3rd, sitting in 2nd. So he's got a ways to go. He's got some time to get there. But man, Rominger trying to find a way to reel in Tommy Haynes. We'll jump back outside of the truck and back in the pack once again here. Let's take a look as Lee Campbell continue to try to keep track of that 9 of Rominger as Rominger opens up the door. 14 says, "Thank you, sir." Campbell marching his way to the front. Biggest mover of the race here tonight, showing the way out front. Todd Cray sits in the top spot, just 8 laps past the halfway point, but does enjoy our biggest race lead of the night. Almost 12 seconds now separate first and second, almost a half a lap put between Todd Cray and Jerry Cochran III, who's fallen back into the clutches of Bailey Dutton here. Battle for 2nd and 3rd. And again, these drivers look like they may be saving a little bit of fuel. Short-lived battle there between 2nd and 3rd. Bailey Dutton going to move his way back into 2nd as Cochran going to fall to 3rd. And we're eyeballing these pit strategies, and there's no clear-cut advantage so far. All right, everybody going to have to make at least 3 stops here tonight. Some will need a 4th. Todd Cray, one of those drivers that may need to make that extra stop, that may need to take a 4th set or a 4th trip down pit road to get even a splash of fuel to make it to the end. Cray, there is no saving at all out of this 21 machine. Bailey Dutton and Jerry Cochran III going at it 2nd and 3rd. Battle over with as Dutton moves a half a second out front of Cochran. Still Tommy Haynes fighting, trying to get himself back onto the lead lap, but with Todd Gray turning in sub 24 and a half second laps, it is going to be tough. Let's take a look at Haynes real quick. This Crown Royal Toyota Tundra was running outside of your top 10 for a good portion of the initial start of tonight's race. After a little bit of trouble in that opening round of green flag pit stops, he found himself inside of the top 10 and has slowly been working his way forward, all the way up now to that 4th position, listed as the first driver, 1 lap down. In the lucky dog position, Tommy Haynes, one of your fastest drivers on track as well. Last time by, Haynes with a 24.15 to race leader Todd Cray's 24.28. So a 1/10 of a second faster. It's going to help, but I don't think it's going to be enough. So let's check in with a handful of drivers. Let's go back here as Gary May, behind the wheel of that number 5 machine, looks to try to reel in last week's race winner, he's had a rough go here tonight. From Dover International Speedway, John Wimbish, from winning at Daytona International Super Speedway, becoming just our 4th different winner of the season, sees big struggles here from Dover. We're knocking on the door of a short track shootout, right? I know you're looking at that lap count thinking, Dave, what are you talking about? We got ourselves over 80 laps remaining. This is a 1 mile high speed short track. These next 80 plus laps are going to fly by. I can assure you that these drivers continue to lay down blazing fast speeds. And I mean, we've got a fast time on the stopwatch here tonight of a 22.92. Sub 23 seconds in a mile. Absolutely phenomenal. And it looks like the 5 of Gary May going to pull to pit lane. May to pit lane this time around. So we'll go back up front with race leader Todd Cray. No battles to speak of out there on the racetrack as we go. Cray going to make his way down the backstretch and into turns 3 and 4. Work his way back across the stripe and put lap 120. Behind us, green flag pit stops underway once again as Justin Gann to pit road. So who you got, right? It may seem like a clear-cut answer here as we are on lap 120, 3rd round of green flag pit stops. Who you got walking away with this thing? You would think easy guess would be Cray, right? As we see Bailey Dutton to pit road. But that has been the biggest factor in tonight's race. It hasn't been the track temperature. It hasn't been the tire wear. It has been pit road. Drivers unable to execute pit lane. That is what has separated this field here tonight. 72 looks to go back to the point once again. He will grab the race lead. Jerry Cochran to 3rd, back to the top spot. Todd Cray into the box. Tommy Haynes still out there on the racetrack. Mike Rominger, Lee Campbell yet to make their pit stops. Those drivers able to cycle their way back onto the lead lap. There's a very important lap gained back by Justin Gann. He's going to be just 3 laps down now. Tommy Haynes waiting to pick up a lap lead What does this 17 do? He's going to work his way through 3 and 4, head across the stripe. New race leader at the point, once again behind that Crown Royal Toyota Tundra. Tommy Haynes to the point. Mike Wallman, you're going to take over second with Lee Campbell now falling in third. Jerry Cochran Jr. in fourth. Todd Craig going to round out your top 5. And ladies and gentlemen, we're watching something unprecedented here tonight from the Concrete Monster Mile Dover International Speedway. Here for the Performance Motorsports Truck Series. We have been over 125 laps of green flag action since the start of tonight's race. No issues, no worries, no problems, except some pit road penalties. These drivers continue this long, unprecedented, unmatched, long green flag run, lap 127. Now on the board as Tommy Haynes continues to stay out on the racetrack. A little bit of a battle behind him. You can see right there, that's going to be Justin Gann. Or I apologize, no, that's going to be Al Likens. Bailey Dutton making his way by. Dutton looking to get himself back onto the lead lap. Todd Gray listed as the final driver on the lead lap with the fresh tires, no match for that 17. Bailey Dutton but easily work his way back onto the lead lap, back into the 5th position. How long will Haynes keep it out there? Last to pit road, back on lap number 87. Lee Campbell's had enough on this, and he brings the 14 to pit lane. And there it is. There's the call. The 17 of Haynes to pit lane. That's going to hand the race lead back over to this man right here. The Coors Light sponsored number 21 machine of Todd Cray will re-inherit the race lead once again. But look at that gap. Look at the difference. What once was almost a 12-second advantage is now down to under 2 seconds here. So we may be seeing this long run. We may be seeing that, I don't want to call it overcut. We may see the fuel mileage game really starting to work into the hands of the 82 machine. Todd Craig going to quickly step away here as he continues to be relentless on the loud pedal. Continuing to put drivers off of the lead lap after lap. The 14 of Lee Campbell now going to fall a second lap down to your race leader Todd Cray, who has almost an 8-second advantage now over Bailey Dutton. Dutton making the pass on Jerry Cochran of the 3rd moments ago for that spot. We're going to take a look here. I think we can't see what happened. Let's see if we can't see what happened here for Dutton to get by. Let's go back here. Take a little look. What do you say? That's the 71 of Todd McGregor. He's going to easily do away with McGregor here. It looks like queuing it up a little bit too far back. A little bit too far back there, guys. Let's jump back to the race lead, though. Todd Cray out, showing the way, lap 135. Going to go on the board this time around. We still got one more round of green flag pit stops, no matter how you chalk it up here. Drivers are going to have to hit pit road once again. we're going to look to see Todd Cray onto pit road somewhere around that lap 160 mark. And if he can make it to the 160, he will have enough to get to the end. But there is going to be a massive difference in tires throughout this entire field. As we cross the line, lap 137 now goes on the board for the quick Creep 200 right here from Dover International Speedway. 200 laps of racing action. 200 miles of concrete cracking pace right here with the Performance Motorsports Truck Series. What a race, what a night so far here tonight. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land? If you're just joining us, you have missed a ton of green flag action here tonight from Dover. We have been clean and green all night long as Todd Cray continues to try to step out to a massive advantage at the front. Pole sitter Bailey Dutton sitting 8.5, almost 9 seconds back. Third place runner behind the wheel of that 72 Grayson Jade photography machine. He's in danger of being put one lap down. He is only 5 seconds in front of your race leader. Long green flag run here tonight has separated the majority of this field. Let's go back to a little bit of a battle here. We've got Justin Gann closing in on the tail end of that number 2 truck. Trying to take the spot away, unable to quite get there just yet. This is a battle of drivers listed 2 laps down, and they just haven't been able to recover. Right, early problems here tonight, all the way back at lap number 43, almost 100 laps ago, is when both Likens and Gann had troubles on pit road. They have not been able to figure out a strategy to get themselves back into contention. And now being 2 laps down this late in the race, there is no doubt about it. They're going to need a caution flag. They're going to need something to help them along the way. Let's go back to another battle. What do you say? Let's go right here. Lee Campbell, Jerry Cochran Jr. going at it 4 positions on the racetrack. That's going to be 8th and 9th on the raceway. Handful of drivers listed 2 laps down, keeping our eye on John Wimbish in that Tide sponsored number 56 Chevy Silverado sitting in that 6th position. He does have some company closing in behind him. As we watch Lee Campbell try to put a little bit of distance in between himself. The man chasing him for position, Jerry Cochran Jr. There you can see Mike Rominger listed 1 lap down. First driver, 1 lap down, sitting in the 4th position, going to work his way to the inside. That's going to bring Tommy Haynes along with him. That's going to be a small battle amongst themselves as well. Rominger and Haynes going at it 4th and 5th. Long stay on pit road this time around for that 71 of Todd McGregor. Looks like a little damage control underway in the pit stall of that 71. They got the Sawzall in the sledgehammer out. Looks like a little bit of a rough night here tonight, but Miles unable to claim his first victim of the evening. Will McGregor be pushing that car to the buffet table at the end of tonight's Quick Creek 200. We're going to find out here in just about another 50 laps. We are 3/4 of the way through tonight's Quick Creek 200. All green flag. I can't stress it enough. And I promise you, if you think I'm playing, we can set it up. I'm putting it out there. If you're out there watching, if you're not involved in this league, if you think you've got a better truck series, if you think you got a better set of drivers behind the wheel of these NASCAR trucks, let's get together. Let's see if we can't prove you wrong, because I promise you, I'm going to put my money right here on these Performance Motorsports Truck Series drivers. We have seen over 90% of the laps ran here in season number 6 under green flag conditions. We are now 6 weeks into into the season here tonight. I'm getting a little excited, a little ahead of myself. Almost pushing into the 1,000 miles ran. And we have only had a total of 6 cautions. That is an average of 1 caution per race, and when you look at the laps ran to caution ratio, these drivers, I'm telling you, best in the business. I'll put my money where my mouth is. If you think you got a better group, hit us up. We'll arrange something. We'll get it out there, and we'll get it on air too. You're trying to prove me wrong on a broadcast, but I don't think you're going to be able to do it. These Truck Series drivers, some of the absolute best in the business, and that is why business always looks good with the Performance Motorsports Truck Series. Right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, being brought to you by Performance Motorsports as well as Bud Kicker, Premier Racing Setups, Mountain Mafia Kennels, Beef Jerky Unlimited, and Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet. I tell you what, there's a slew of sponsors that make things work and make things happen here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, and we couldn't be prouder to partner with the Performance Motorsports Truck Series, some of the best in the business. Again, we're going to beat the dead horse until you agree. I can tell you that, because these guys, bar none, man, they get the job done. Week in, week out, you can guarantee you're going to have some amazing racing action. So if you haven't already, please remember, before you head on out tonight, make sure you drop these drivers the thumbs up. Let them know you enjoy and appreciate all the racing action, not just here tonight, but each and every Monday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So remember to join us in that push to 4K. Drop the drivers the thumbs up, click subscribe, smash that bell over there on the right hand side. You get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, David the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you. Each and every time you stop by, we're going to stop by a battle right here. What do you say we get back here with oh my goodness, we get back here with Al Likens, Nick Hunt, Justin Gann, all going at it for positions on the racetrack. 10th, 11th, 12th on the speedway. 2 laps down, a group of drivers 2 laps down here, and the list continues to grow. John Wimbish, now sitting in the 6th position, last week's race winner, joins the group of drivers being listed 2 laps down. And with a big way to go here tonight, I would expect to see more drivers on that list of 2 laps down before the end of tonight's race. Again, gonna look to the inside of Nick Hunt now. The 00 John Deere machine gonna give up that position as Gann moves into 11th. Al Likens has stepped away in 10th. Do have a small battle brewing here. Let's go up here with Lee Campbell. Jerry Cochran Jr. right behind him as Gary May gonna hit pit road for the final time here tonight. Gary May to pit road for his final stop. Nick Hunt, Todd McGregor still on pit road, so Nick Hunt gonna make his final stop. Todd Cray, fuel window open, and Cray to pit road. Todd Cray gonna move his way to pit road. That's gonna put the race lead back into your pole sitter's hands. Bailey Dutton will once again take the top spot here. Has he given up too much? Is he gonna run this thing on out? We're looking to see Dutton to pit road probably here in the next 2 to 5 laps. And I just, if you come to pit road right there, you're not gonna gain anything, right? You're gonna pretty much stay where you're at. So you gotta do something different. Fuel window just opened up. Bailey Dutton, only one choice: to run a lap or two further. And he's gonna run 2 laps further, now make his way to pit lane. One is the 72 of Jerry Cochran, the third due. He heads to pit road as well. Tommy Haynes back onto the lead lap. Battling with the lap machine of Gary May, bottom of the racetrack. The Crown Royal 17 going to keep it to the high side, keep himself out there onto the racetrack, and he's going to look to put himself back at the point. So 2 laps down, not a problem when you go through the green flag pit cycle. But keep in mind, Haynes is still going to have to hit pit road. Mike Rominger running in second. He's going to have to hit pit road. Todd Craig comfortably now into third. Bailey Dutton looking to jump off of pit road, get up to speed, and keep himself inside of your podium positions. And there it is. Dutton off of pit road. On 1 lap down for the moment, but the 17 still yet to make his pit stop. Bailey in a safe place. As a matter of fact, the 26 gonna look to get himself back on the lead lap the good old-fashioned way. It's gonna be a short-lived battle. There it is. 4 fresh good gears to the bottom and right on around. The 2 of Al Lyken's going to hit pit road this time around. Lyken's going to hit pit road for his final time here tonight. Let's go take a look at Todd Cray. Where is this 21? Halfway down the backstretch and back into turn number 3. Closing in quickly on the drivers at the front that have elected to stay out on the racetrack and really run this fuel run out. This time as well, right? You're this far back from your race leader. You almost, right? You're almost stuck, right? You almost got no option but to try to run it out. Rominger will head to pit road. That's going to leave Cray with just 1 more spot to go. Just over 30 laps remaining in tonight's Quick Crete 200. Brought to you by Performance Motorsports. Right here from Dover International Speedway. Could we see a full 200 lap race go flag to flag? Looking for some battles on the racetrack. Let's go back here. What do you say we join Justin Ginn and Nick Hunt as they continue to go at it here tonight? These 2 drivers have been battling with each other for quite some time, unfortunately. Battling with each other for positions well outside of your top 5, for positions off of the lead lap. Still trying to get it done, still trying to make some headway here tonight behind the wheel of that number 30 machine. Grab the top spot for a vast majority of the race early here tonight. Had problems on pit road. Under our first round of green flag pit stops. Has yet to been able to recover. Whoa, that was close. We had a truck down on the apron. A truck down on the apron. That's going to be Jerry Cochran Jr. I think Jerry Cochran Jr. may be out of fuel. Missing pit road and out of fuel, sitting right there. Ooh, that could be dangerous, sitting right there inside lane. They're going to get the truck fired up. He's moving back around the racetrack. Look for him to head back down pit road. Oh my. We're going to keep it right here. This is your closest battle. This is your only battle for position on the racetrack. Nick Hunt, Justin Gann going at it 8th and 9th on the raceway. 3 drivers remain on the lead lap. Todd Gray, Bailey Dutton, Jerry Cochran the third. Last drivers on the lead lap. We're keeping our eye on the gap because Bailey Dutton is closing in. 2 lap fresher tires than Todd Gray. Man, do they make that big of a difference? Is 2 laps going to matter? And we're fitting to find out. Todd Gray right here at the front. We're going to see Dutton creep into the background here in just a handful of moments. And man, this is going to be good. There you can see that 26 truck. He's starting to close in, working their way through 3 and 4, back across the stripe. 25 now make it 24 to go here from Dover. And there it is to the bottom of the racetrack and to the point. Bailey Dutton will take that top spot away. Bailey Dutton quickly going to go back to the point, so your pole sitter. It took him a very long time, a very patient, methodical trek through tonight's race. We are almost 180 laps into tonight's race. Every lap has been under green flag conditions. And Todd Gray off pace. Todd Gray is off pace. Still has a huge gap back to Jerry Cochran, the third before he has to worry about track position. But Todd Gray, from multiple seconds out front, now sees himself multiple seconds to the rears, sitting in second now with Bailey Dutton stepping away. Bailey Dutton looking to become the only driver to win 3 times this season. He has become the only driver to win multiple pole awards here in season number 6. And Dutton looking to separate himself in the points. Mike Rominger came into tonight's race behind the wheel of that ChevyAccessories.com number 9 Silverado, sitting in the overall points lead, just 4 points out in front of Bailey Dutton. Todd McGregor 8 points out. Likens 11 points out. So a very close battle in the points race. But Dutton, with his amazing performance here tonight, he hasn't led a handful of laps. I would say less than, well, by the time this thing is over, he's going to have about right around, I would say, 45 to 50 laps led. Has led a handful of laps under the pit cycles, but hasn't just outright led. Dropped the point at the start of tonight's race, didn't lead the first lap. Took him a long time to lead a lap here tonight. He's now in that position where he can, I don't want to say he can put it in cruise control, but he can start breathing a little bit easier. Almost a 6-second advantage now for Dutton over Cray, who has fallen to the wayside. Jerry Coffin the third, another 5.5 seconds back from Cray, so Dutton in complete control of tonight's quick treat. I promise I can talk. I promise. In complete control of tonight's quick Crete 200. See, I told you I can do it. So in the final few laps of tonight's race here from Dover International Speedway, I want to give a big time shout out to our race control and admins week in, week out, the unsung heroes that make things tick here with the Performance Motorsports Truck Series. Andy Starcher and Don Kidder just down the hall in the race control room, making sure everything's done proper, everything stays intact. A little bit of a lazy night for these guys. Not a lot of work to be done with and going flag to flag so far here tonight. We're going to join this little battle here. Only battle on the racetrack. That's going to be Rominger and Haynes going at it. 4th and 5th on the racetrack. And again, just quiet seasons for these two guys, both of these guys inside of the top 10. Haynes sitting in 8th coming into tonight's race, 26 points behind the driver of that number 9. But Rominger just solid weeks to open up the season. And again, this is going to put us past that halfway point. Right, we're going to have just 4 short weeks before the end of the regular season. We're going to head to Darlington, Watkins Glen, New Hampshire, and Homestead to finish out the 10-week regular season. We'll shift gears and go championship racing when we hit the month of May. So again, I mean, these drivers, they gotta start preparing themselves. They gotta start looking at what races they can potentially maximize their points. I mean, it's going to be quite a run to the end for the championship as well. We're gonna take a look at a lot of great tracks as the season comes to a close. Our final 2 races of the season going to be at Phoenix International Raceway. And we're going to wrap things up with the Texas two-step. We're going to see who grabs the top spot in the championship trophy at Texas Motor Speedway June 10th. Write it down, mark it on your calendar. Better yet, hit that little bell over there. You won't need a calendar. We'll let you know each and every time we hit the track. And we got some amazing drives coming up in front of us. We've got an amazing drive going on right here, right now. Around the corner from 200 laps of green flag action here tonight. An amazing job by these Performance Motorsports Truck Series drivers as your performance pole sitter. Across the line, he'll bring us back around this time with just 3 laps remaining here from Dover International Speedway. Quick night of racing action here. Miles looks like he's gonna go home hungry. No problems, no issues, no torn up trucks to speak of. We are absolutely cracking the concrete here tonight at the Quick Creek 200. This time around, popsicle sticks on display for race leader Bailey Dutton. Just 2 to go. One mile of racing action remains out in front of your race leader, Bailey Dutton, as he's going to cross the stripe this time around. White flag flies. 1 to go. As Dutton fires down the backstretch, we got a little bit of a battle here for second and third. Let's see how our podium is going to be finished out. Bailey Dutton going to cross the line as your race winner. Let's stay right here with this battle for second and third. Todd Cray and Jerry Cochran the third going at it. Cray off the 4, slideways and gets it done. 21 will come home in second with the 72 finishing out your podium drivers. Man, what a night, what a race. How about this man right here getting the job done when it's all said and done? The Georgia native gonna get it done here in Delaware. Gonna stop, give the fans in the stands a little bit of a smoke show as he enjoys his post-race celebrations. We're gonna get things set up and ready to go. For your post-race interviews, don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back live from Dover. So we're going to come back trackside at the conclusion of tonight's quick greet. 200 for the Performance Motorsports Truck Series. What a night, what a race. We seen flag to flag action here tonight. We're going to dive right on into these post-race interviews. Let's see if we can grab a handful of moments with the man that walked away in third here tonight. Final position on the podium. Jerry, it's Dave. You got us?
I got you, Dave.
Man, first and foremost, one heck of a race, man. You shot out of a cannon there at one point in time, walked away with a good race lead, but it kind of all unwound on you a little bit. Tell us what happened, and did you notice you were maybe running low on fuel?
No, man. I mean, I had it worked out right. I thought I was on something similar to the same strategy they were, and that's what we was kind of talking about right there before we came in for the interview. I'm not really sure, man. That's one of my downfalls. I'm not good at strategy and yeah, all that stuff. I've been watching Gann and Bailey. I ain't gonna say much. I don't want to let my secrets out, but I've been watching them a lot lately and trying to pick up on some stuff to get better there. But yeah, man, if we could just run the whole time and not have to stop, I'd be all right.
Well, man, I know he's gonna rewatch this and hear it, so I'm gonna poke the bear a little bit. Good thing you've learned some good things off of Justin and not how to get a pit road penalty like he got tonight under that first round. We'll throw a little shade his way. We'll see if we can get up with him about that one at some point in time. But nonetheless, man, we are now into that second half of the regular season. Only a 10-week season. We've got 4 remaining. Are you looking ahead of that already? Are you already eyeballing some of those championship chase races?
Not yet, man. I'm not in there yet. I'm still climbing, trying to get in the top 10. I'm not sure. I can't remember where I was at coming in. I want to say 12th or something like that. So I still got some work to do, man. I need to put together some top 5s, top 3s right here to finish this out and try to, scratch my way into top 10. It'd be nice to get a win, but yeah, right now, man, I'm points battling.
Well, you're doing a fine job at it here. You're going to walk away with a good amount of points, coming away with third here tonight. Led a handful of laps as well. So just an overall great day at a very tough little concrete track here, Dover. So before we let you go here tonight, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, of course, always start with my wife, Grayson J Photography. Everything she does, she's what makes this happen. Velocita. Swift Motorsports, everybody here at Swift, everybody behind the scenes, Don, Andy, Gann, great place to be. I really love it over here, man. Everything you do up in the booth, Dave, great job every week, and yeah, man, we just keep on keeping on, trying to catch these fast guys.
Well, man, you're right on the cusp of it. I can guarantee you that. I'm sure we're going to talk to you multiple more times before this season is out. But until next time, my friend, as always, stay safe and keep it fast.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, there you have it. Final few words from the man that walks away with a final spot on the podium. Jerry Cochran III will put his Silverado in the final spot, walk away with third here tonight. That's going to move us right along to a man who really needs not much of an introduction. Haven't talked to him a whole lot here behind the wheel of his truck machine, but let's see if we can't dial up Todd Cray in that 21 machine. Todd, it's Dave. You got a copy?
Hey, Dave. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, my man. How you feeling at the end of tonight's race? I mean, you kind of gave up a little bit there on that last run. Were you close on fuel?
Nah. I just got in here late tonight and qualified terrible. Then just kind of had some trouble getting into pit road there. Had some contact, took a little damage, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna use all these tires right up, and then see what I could do at the end to hold on. And Bailey's flying. So a couple mistakes here tonight. Super happy to get second out of that. To beat Bailey, you gotta be perfect. And cousin Jess was on me earlier, and unfortunately I was out fishing. So this is the result of not being prepared. So sorry, Jess. Won't happen again. But all in all, good solid race. yeah, last set of tires, just had to suck it up, and Jerry got to me, and little good race there at the end. But like I said, got to be perfect to beat Bailey, so just wasn't our night.
Well, man, if not having any practice and showing up after a fishing trip gets you second, I'll take it all day long. Let's go fishing every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, not really, man.
Well, maybe not every day, but
Yeah, well,
you get
yeah,
the point.
Yeah, Bailey's a teammate of ours, and Jess is rooting for him too. So good for us tonight, first and second, and we'll take it. But yeah, I felt like, I mean, once I got my groove going, I just shouldn't have took that damage. Yeah, no 0 laps coming into this, went right to qualifying, and yeah, could have used a caution earlier, kind of mix things up a little bit. But again, you got to take what you can get when you're not prepared. So yeah, a second place, pretty good. Congrats to Bailey, and Justin was fast too tonight. I think he had some trouble on pit road, so that's you know he's got to sharpen up on the pit road and stuff. So, but he's fast. Bailey's fast. Jerry was fast. I mean, a lot of guys tonight were showing some speed. So pretty cool night.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Todd, you're no stranger to these post-race interviews, so you know the drill. We're going to step back, and the mic is yours.
Yeah, Swift Motorsports, Turn 3 Racing Network. I got Coors Light on the car tonight. Hey, we'll say Coors Light. And, as always, Cousin Jess and Trixie and Performance Motorsports with all the guys that are running in there. Cool group to be involved with, and proud to be there. And congrats to Bailey, and we'll be back next week.
Well, it's always a pleasure, Todd. We look forward to maybe catching up with you tomorrow night at the end of things at Michigan. But
All
we
right.
always look forward to talking to you week in, week out. Until next time, stay safe and keep it fast.
Thanks, buddy. Have a good night.
All right, there you have it. Final few words for the man that walks away second here tonight. Todd Gray will lead a handful of laps here tonight, but unfortunately going to fall short, and he will finish in second, give his points standings a big shot in the arm. But the man that's looking to step away in the point standings is the man that we're going to join here in victory lane after walking away with his second pole position here tonight. Bailey, how did you finally get back to the front and seal the deal?
Man, a little bit of strategy and a little bit of luck does you some good sometimes.
Well, I don't want to know where you're keeping that horseshoe, but it's good to have one, huh?
I tell you what, I'll take a horseshoe anytime I can get one.
Well, man, you did a handful of things here tonight for the first time. You're the first driver behind the wheel of these Performance Motorsports trucks to grab a second pole award of the season. You're the only driver to get 3 race wins so far. It looks like you may have the points lead going into next week's race. Or next time we hit the track, I should say. Are you eyeballing these last 4 regular season races, or are you starting to shift focus to those 5 championship weeks that we have in less than a month's time?
Man, I tell you, I take it week to week, and if I can win every week, then I don't have to worry about the points and what comes after. So I just focus on the next week and move forward from that perspective.
Well, man, I don't know what you focused on here tonight, but you gave up the race lead early here tonight. You worked your way through, what was it, 4 green flag pit stops tonight. An amazing job, not just by you, but also with the pit crew here tonight, getting you on and off pit road, back out there with the fresh tires, able to run down the race leader and walk away with the thing at the end. Man, we're not going to keep you away from your celebrations any longer. You know the drill. So would you like to give any final shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yes, sir. Start with you for putting the broadcast on and doing a great job every single week. Performance Motorsports, Assassin Motorsports, Reaper Speed Lab. Cousin Jess for watching and rooting me and Todd on, and then them for also tuning in and watching, and everybody at Swift that makes this happen.
Well, Bailey, always a pleasure to catch up with you at the end of these things. Always a class act. We know you're going to be visiting us again before the season's end. We'll see how many more polls you can stack up, see how many more check marks you can get in that winners column. But until we see you again, as always, my man, stay safe and keep it fast.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Dave.
All right, there it is. Final words from your race winner here tonight. Glad that he could get the job done, both on track and on pit road. Bailey Dutton will walk away with his third win of the season. Just an absolute amazing job here tonight. Flag to flag action. Pit road was key. It is what separated a lot of these drivers in the field. It is what set back a lot of drivers in this field. Able to make a great recovery here tonight. Justin Gann went down multiple laps after that first round of green flag pit stops, but was able to recover for a 7th place showing. So just an absolute amazing job by Gann and his crew. And you can hear producers hitting those familiar sounds in the background. You know it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results live here from Dover International Speedway 4. The Performance Motorsports Truck Series brought to you by Swift. Walking away with his third checkered flag of the season, finishing out front once again behind the wheel of that 26 machine, Bailey Dutton to victory lane. Todd Gray fast as always, but will finish in second. Third place tonight to Jerry Cochran the third. Fourth place belongs to the 17 machine of Tommy Haynes and Mike Rominger. Will finish out your top 5, sliding home in 6th in the Quick Crete 200 behind the wheel of the Tide 56, sponsored Chevy Silverado, John Wimbish. Justin Gannigan recovered well, still finished 2 laps down here tonight, but the 30 machine will walk away in 7th. Gary May back in 8th with Nick Hunt 9th. 14 machine of Lee Campbell will finish out your top 10. Al Likens comes home in 11th with Jerry Cochran Jr. in 12th, finishing out our 13 trunk field here tonight. The 71 of Todd McGregor. As always, big shout out and tip of the cap to the gentleman just down the hall, our race control and admin officials here with the Performance Motorsports Truck Series. Andy Starcher, Don Kidder. We said it earlier here tonight, unsung heroes. When we had trackside week in and week out, we couldn't do it without you gentlemen, and we couldn't do it without you race fans. So again, before you go, if you haven't already, be sure to show these drivers that love and appreciation. And as always, if you haven't already, join us in that push to 4,000 subscribers. Drop these drivers that thumbs up. Click subscribe. Smash the bell. Over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. So with that being said, we're going to roll up the cords and cut off the lights. So stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet ya in Turn 3.